All right, second grade, today we are going to be learning another one of our silent final E jobs, at least one more. All right, we already know job one. Job one is the E makes the vowel say its what? Good, the E makes the vowel say its name. That is our most common, that's why it's job one. We learned job two last week, I think. Who can tell me what the job two of silent final E is? All right, so we could have said a couple things. Our rule is English words do not end with V or U, so we add a silent final E. All right, that's our rule. Can you say that with me? English words do not end with V or U, so we add a silent final E. All right, but what I like to say, and you can say this if it helps you too, is just V or U, think job two. All right, we know English words don't end with V's and U's. So if you want to say that instead, that's fine. So we had some words that we learned for job two the other day. They were have and blue. So I'll write those up here, write them. Well, say the sounds while you write them. I want to see if you remember what you need to do at the end of the word. So for have, right, we can't have it end with that V, so we add a silent final E, job two. All right, let's write blue over here. All right, so before I add my silent final E, it's an open syllable, and that's what lets my u, oo, say oo. Right, but I just can't have an English word that ends with that U, so what do I need to add? Good, a silent final E, job two. V or U, think job two. All right, so those are the jobs that we've talked about so far this year. All right, the next one we'll talk about is job three. All right. Job three has to do with our two consonant rules that we know so far. That's when two of our consonants that have more than one sound, there are rules about when they say those sounds. All right, do you remember those rules? Let's see, the first one is about C. Can you say it for me? All right, that rule is C followed by E, I, or Y says S. Say that with me. C followed by E, I, or Y says S. All right, so the first part of our job three is that when we have a S sound at the end of a word, it can be a K, S, with a silent final E after it. We see this in one of my favorite words in the world, one of my favorite things to do, and that is dance. Class, what's our word? Good, dance. What sounds do you hear in the word dance? Good, the sounds in dance are D, A, N, S. But this is K, S. And remember, K, S has to say its first sound unless there's E, I, or Y after it to make it say its second sound. All right, so what could we add that would make our K, S say S? Good, we could add, because we can't change the sound of the word, we don't want to add Y, that would give us a different sound. Anything that's not silent would change the sound of our word, so all we can use is silent final E, and this one is job three. All right, so tell me what you're going to write to spell dance. And this is K, S, so what do we need? Good, silent final E, job three. Write those sounds and say them while you write them. Right. Class, put your finger under the first phonogram in dance. What does it say? Good. D. A. Great. N. S. But which S is it? Good. K. S. And good. Silent final E. Job 3. All right, make sure your word looks like mine. Let's say our words and put them, or let's say, oh my goodness. First we need to mark it. All right. I don't think there's anything there saying its first sound. How about this? So just like in our job 2, when there's a letter that goes with our silent final E, we need to underline it. So we would underline our Ks. We don't need to put a 2 on top of it because we know if E is after it, it's always going to be saying its second sound. And how about our silent final E, job 3? Good, 2 little underlines and a tiny 3 next to them. Silent final E, job 3. All right, let's say our sounds and put them together. And because this E is here, we know to say the second sound for this. All right, nice job, class. But it's not just C that we can use job 3 for, it is also our G. Remember, that's the other consonant rule we have that helps us know when it can say its second sound. All right, so our G can never say its second sound unless it has those same 3 letters after it. So say our G rule with me. G followed by E, I, or Y may say J. All right, let's say that one more time. G followed by E, I, or Y may say J. So the other thing that our silent final E, job 3 can do, so it can make our C say S. It can also let our G say J. All right, one word we see that in is the word large. What's the word? Good, large. My cup of coffee is not large enough. Large. What sounds do you hear in the word large? Good, the sounds we hear in the word large are O, R, J. Right, English words don't end with J. Right, we haven't seen that one as much, but English words don't end with J. So if we have a J sound at the end of the word, it's either our 3-letter J that we just learned, or it's G, J, with something after it that would make it say, or that would let it say J. What would let our G, J say J? Good, we can't change the sound of the word, so it's got to be silent final E, and this is job 3. And since G followed by E, I, or Y may say J, this silent final E will let our G, J say J. All right, so one more time, what are we going to write to spell the word large? Good, O-R, we need 2 letters for that. J, which is G, J, and then what lets it say J? Good, silent final E, job 3. Write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram in large, class. What does it say? Good, O, R. And what J is it? Good, G, J. But what's going to let our G, J say J? Good. Silent final E, job 3. All right, make sure your word looks like mine. Let's mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good, we need 2 letters to say R. Gotta underline that. How about this one? Good, we need to underline it. Let's see. And how about this one? Good, we're going to double underline our silent final E, job 3. I think when we're marking our spelling words that we're not supposed to put that 2 on top just because we already heard the word and so we know it's saying its second sound, and we know that this E is letting it say its second sound, is my understanding. All right, let's say our sounds and put them together. Excellent job. It's large, large. All right, so that is our job 3. And I have a little rhyme that I like to say that helps me remember it, just like with job 2. So for job 2, I like to say, can you say it with me? V or U, think job 2. For job 3, I like to say C or G, think job 3. I'm so happy that those rhyme because it really helps me remember. V or U, think job 2. C or G, think job 3. All right, so great job with your, which job of silent final E did we just do, class? Good, job 3. So we know half of the jobs of our silent final E right now.